Let's be real for a second. What if I told you that exactly 90 days from now, you could become literally unrecognizable? And I don't mean because you got lucky, or because somebody swooped in to save the day, or your circumstances just magically flipped overnight. No, it's simply because you made a hard, deliberate decision to stop living your life on autopilot. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful framework for total personal transformation. And the core premise here, it's beautifully simple, but man, is it profound. Your life changes the exact second your standards change. Over the course of this explainer, we're going to walk through exactly how to let go of that old version of yourself and systematically forge someone entirely new and much stronger over a 90-day sprint. So, here is our 90-day roadmap. We'll be hitting Phase 1, the decision to change, 2, destroy and rebuild, 3, master your mind, 4, upgrade skills and environment, 5, the daily system, and finally, 6, the final choice. Let's get right into it. Kicking things off with Phase 1, the decision to change, spanning days 1 through 7, the purge. Listen, you absolutely cannot build a new life using old patterns. You literally have to purge before you can plant. I actually want you to grab a piece of paper right now and honestly, brutally write down what you will no longer accept in your life. So your old identity, that was built by your past choices, just repeating yesterday's behaviors and clinging on to whatever distractions felt comfortable. But your new identity is forged by your very next choices. It's all about letting go and leaving behind literally anything that drains your energy. It reminds me of this idea. The person you become depends on the things you are willing to leave behind. Most people try to just slap new, healthy habits right on top of their old, destructive ones. But you can't just add new habits for success while keeping your old excuses around like roommates. The person you actually become depends entirely on what you're willing to drop. Moving right along to Phase 2, destroy and rebuild. Days 8 through 30 are all about rebuilding your body. So once that mental purge is done, your physical body becomes the absolute bedrock for your mental strength, your energy, and your discipline. We're talking about waking up at the exact same time every day, moving your body for at least 30 minutes, drinking more water, eating foods that actually make you feel good, and getting enough sleep. And hey, notice what's missing here? There's no miserable cabbage soup diet or insane Olympic bodybuilding routine. These actions aren't about getting a perfect beach body. They're about gaining daily, undeniable proof that you are in control of yourself. Think about it like this. A workout isn't just a physical thing. It's a psychological vote for the person you want to become. It is a literal act of rewriting your identity from someone who just seeks comfort to someone who actively embraces growth. Every time you finish a workout, every time you choose a healthy meal, you are casting a solid vote for discipline over comfort.
Because as the saying goes, confidence is not something you find. Confidence is something you build. You don't just stumble upon it or wake up with it one magical Tuesday. You build it brick by brick. By repeating these physical proofs every single day, literally proving to yourself that you actually do what you say you're going to do, that is exactly how real, unshakable confidence is constructed over these first 30 days. All right, on to Phase 3, master your mind. This is the internal rebuild spanning days 31 to 60. Now that your physical habits are locked in, it's time for the internal rebuild. Because let's face it, your biggest battle is always inside your own head. Think of your mind like a garden. Whatever you plant is exactly what's going to grow. If you're constantly feeding fear through negativity, endless news cycles, and cheap digital distractions, well, that's what your mind will produce. But if you intentionally plant growth by feeding your mind with knowledge and purpose for 30 days straight, your entire internal narrative is going to completely shift. So, how do we do that mental pruning? You read daily, listen to educational content, and learn from people who are already successful. But here's the absolute kicker. You have to spend time alone in silence. The source material emphasizes this heavily. Most people run from silence because they don't want to be alone with their own thoughts, right? But embracing solitude is completely non-negotiable if you want real reflection on who you're becoming. Which brings us to Phase 4, upgrade skills and environment. Days 61 to 90. The external upgrade. By this point, your mindset and your body are primed and ready. But look, a new identity requires new abilities because the real world heavily rewards value. So how do we build that value? First, you choose just one skill to master, not 5, not 10,
Just one. Could be writing, coding, sales, whatever aligns with your ultimate goals. And then you actually apply it. The source is super firm on this point. You have to stop just collecting information. Binge watching tutorials all day is not learning. Application is learning. You've got to make mistakes and practice that one specific skill consistently every single day. But here's the thing. You could have the best skills in the world, and it literally won't matter if your environment is constantly pulling you back down. Your environment is always, always stronger than your motivation. So over these final days, you need to systematically audit your circle of friends, clean out your digital space, upgrade your daily routine, and seriously distance yourself from anything or anyone that accepts average. It's not about hating your past. It's simply about respecting your future enough to curate a space that demands growth.
Moving right along to Phase 5, the daily system. This is your blueprint.
We've talked a lot about the philosophy, but here is your actual, actionable daily checklist. Wake up with intention. Spend time improving your mind. Train your body. Dedicate real time to your most important goal, and ruthlessly avoid unnecessary distractions. Finish by reflecting every night. Massive transformation isn't some giant cinematic leap. It's simply thousands of these small, quiet, boring decisions repeated every single day without fail. And I really want to put a huge spotlight on that nightly reflection. Before your head hits the pillow, you need to ask yourself 3 piercing questions. What did I do well today? What can I improve tomorrow? And most importantly, did my actions today actually match the person I want to become? If you can't say yes to that last one, well then you know exactly what needs fixing tomorrow morning.
Finally, Phase 6, the final choice.
After you grind through these 90 days, you might not magically have every single material thing you ever wanted. But what you do gain is undeniable proof that you are no longer trapped by your past. And here is a harsh but incredibly empowering truth. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is going to tap you on the shoulder and force you to level up. The decision to start today, not next Monday, not when the stars align and circumstances feel perfect, belongs 100% to you. Right now, you are standing at a crossroads. 2 totally divergent paths lay ahead of you. The next 90 days are going to pass either way. You can either arrive at day 90 as the exact same person, still wishing you started, still waiting for perfect circumstances, or you can arrive as someone completely different, looking back and just thanking yourself for making the decision to take decisive action today.
The whole shebang is entirely up to you. So I'm going to leave you with this final mic drop question to chew on. 90 days from now, who will you become?